Alright guys, now there's been a lot of debate, like the vegan movement, who's come at me, have thrown out a lot of studies, a lot of research, the China study, which is a big correlation pile of garbage, thrown that at me and kind of nitpick studies to show that eating meat is bad for you.
So Marc Lobliner strikes again, and now he's claiming that there's research that shows that high-fat ketogenic diets that are pretty much all meat can prevent chronic disease, and as per usual, I'm going to rebut his stupid fucking claims, and I'll leave a link down below so that you can watch his full video.
Title is this in the Human Nutrition and Metabolism Journal. A ketogenic diet favorably affects serum biomarkers for cardiovascular disease in normal weight men. Meaning that basically it doesn't affect blood levels negatively, it actually positively or favorably affects it.
Okay, so the study that Marc is referencing happens to have a full free text available, which is good, and I'll link it also in the description down below so you can all read it. And if you do read it, you'll notice that the men in the study had total LDL-C cholesterol levels ranging from 2.87 to 5.82 millimoles per liter, which equates to about 110 milligrams per deciliter and 224 milligrams per deciliter, respectively, at baseline levels. Now, the healthy, normal, physiological range for LDL-C cholesterol is 50 to 70 milligrams per deciliter. So, at baseline, these men were already at high risk for heart disease, and keep in mind, this study found no significant changes in LDL-C cholesterol by the end of the study. So, at best, this diet does absolutely fucking nothing for preventing heart disease, and you are just as fucked following a ketogenic diet as you are following a stupid, shitty standard American diet in terms of fucking heart disease risk. And when we look at research on serum cholesterol levels and the progression and regression of atherosclerotic plaque, we see a linear relationship between cholesterol levels above 75 milligrams per deciliter and the progression of atherosclerosis. So, again, whether you follow a shitty standard American diet or a shitty fucking ketogenic diet, you're at high risk of fucking heart disease. So, what the fuck was Marc Lobliner thinking when he presented this study? Like, yeah, compared to a shitty standard American diet, a ketogenic diet, at best, will have little to no effect on serum biomarkers of cardiovascular disease, but you're still at fucking high risk of heart disease. This study doesn't contradict any of the research I've presented in past videos, and Marc Lobliner just doesn't understand how to interpret research, and he isn't aware of the broader body of research. But Marc claims that vegans are cherry-picking studies. Well, what the fuck would you call this, Marc? You just referenced a study that shows ketogenic diets put you at high risk for heart disease, and then you claim that it has no fucking harmful effect on chronic disease risk. And when we look at large-scale population data on traditional low-carbohydrate diets that are very animal product-based and compare them to low-carbohydrate vegan diets, we see that the traditional low-carbohydrate diets increase heart disease and all-cause mortality risk, whereas the low-carb vegan diets reduce heart disease and all-cause mortality risk. So, that's pretty damning fucking evidence that the animal products, meat in these diets, are what's responsible for the fucking increase in chronic disease and mortality. And this isn't just correlation bullcrap, we know exactly why this is. As I just demonstrated, dietary cholesterol and saturated fat raise serum cholesterol levels, which leads to the buildup of atherosclerotic plaque. High-fat diets also damage endothelial cells and reduce oxygen uptake by our lungs, and high-fat diets also activate pro-inflammatory genes, which further increases heart disease risk. Diets high in saturated fat also interfere with mitochondrial cell function, fatty acid oxidation, cause the buildup of intramyocellular lipids, and cause the death of insulin-producing beta cells. So, Marc, what the fuck was this bullshit in your video about correlational studies? There is causational research that shows the exact pathways in which animal products cause chronic disease. And the best that you can come up with to defend against this is a study on ketogenic diets that show ketogenic diets put you at high risk of fucking heart disease. How many of these videos am I going to have to make to get you to wake the fuck up and realize that animal products are responsible for causing chronic disease? This isn't emotional pandering. This isn't cherry-picking research. These are well-established medical facts that have influenced the opinions of leading experts, including President of the American College of Cardiology, Dr. Kim A. Williams, who is fucking vegan. So, do you want to keep playing this game, Mark? Do you want to keep denying medical facts and come up with bullshit excuses that are very easily refuted? I'm pretty sure because of your overinflated ego, you're never going to admit you're wrong, but hopefully some of your fans watch this and wake up to reality and start making some vegan gains.
Beef. What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.
Fucking